We need to talk about prop walk for reasons. I am Captain Boomy's professional boat floater, and in general, prop walk is the tendency of a vessel to shift from one side to the other based on the rotation of the propeller. What the heck does that mean? If you're on a single screw boat and you're backing up until you have water over the rudder, there is a tendency of a right-handed prop to make your back of your boat shift to port as you back up. This can be a super useful thing in tight quarter situations if you're expecting it and you know how to work with it. In fact, it can make you look like an absolute rock star. That was a Chesapeake Cowboys docking competition, and let's take a closer look at the moment he throws it in reverse, and look how much it helps his stern get over to port so that he can back down right into the spot that he needs and be adjusting on his way back once he has water over the rudder. Rad. If you aren't expecting it, it can cause you some exciting problems, like finding out it's actually a left-handed prop and it backs to starboard, which you totally weren't ready for. Ask me how I know. Oh hey, it's me from my video editing future. And this video has a sponsor. Let me tell you about the app Savvy Navy and how I've been relying on it a lot lately. I've been running a lot of different yachts. They all have different chart plotters on them, and not all of them are totally set up or integrated with the boat yet. So it's nice to have something that I can rely on in my pocket. Yes, that's actually me doing a delivery and checking the Savvy Navy app against what the chart plotter says. One of the things I love about the Savvy Navy app is that I use it to give really accurate times because it thinks about the fact that you're going to slow down in certain locations, and it incorporates that into your ETA. So when I brought the boat to the DC boat show, they knew exactly when I was going to get there and they were ready for me.
I'm coming. I'm slow.
Awesome app. You will find links to get your own version of the app in the description below. Go check it out. Embarrassingly, I thought I knew what the mechanism was that is actually creating prop walk, but now I'm not so sure. I did some homework, so I'm going to give you a couple of maybes. I always thought it might have something to do with gyroscopes and rotation, but I'm starting to suspect it might also have something to do with the way water hits the hull of the boat and how that impacts it, because prop walk does exist in forward as well. You just don't experience it as much because it creates an immediate wash of water over the rudder, and so you get to sort of adjust that wash against the rudder immediately. So you don't notice your prop walking forward. You notice it when you throw it into reverse and you're trying to back up in a different direction and it's not allowing you to until you get sternway, meaning water over the rudder that actually allows you to turn, because the propeller is forward of the rudder in most single-engine vessels. Twin screw vessels, meaning vessels that have two propellers on them, are very common and not as susceptible to prop walk because they are offset. So if you want to put this one in reverse, the effect is that it kind of pulls this way. And if you want to put this one in reverse, it pulls this way. So you don't get the same prop walk effect. Generally, when I'm dealing with a single screw vessel, it's usually a sailboat, and it usually has a nice big rudder that makes it so that the trick is that we only use the reverse when we need the prop walk to help us out. Or the alternative is that we back down for a really long time so that we can control the amount of water flowing over our rudder in reverse, because as long as there's water flow over the rudder, I can still make things happen even if there's a little bit of prop walk fighting me. Somebody's gonna jump in the comments and tell me about offset propellers and things like that, and yes, they are exhausting. I don't buy the explanation that prop walk occurs because of density of water. It's not a far enough distance based on the size of propellers that we're talking about to create whatever it is that people are talking about. I do believe, though, that if it's spinning and it's hitting, and the water is actually hitting the hull and pushing it because of that initial fling, that makes sense to me that it would cause a prop walk, because your initial fling of water is mostly out. This looks ridiculous. If I'm on a new to me vessel and I'm trying to figure out what kind of prop walk I'm dealing with, and I know that it's a single straight shaft propeller style, then I will, while at the dock, pop her into reverse and observe both the wash that's coming off of the boat and if I can feel any kind of movement at the back of the vessel. That'll let me know what kind of prop walk I'm dealing with. It's subtle, but you can kind of tell, especially if it's going to be an aggressive prop walk, you'll notice it immediately at the dock. So why do we care? Well, if you are suddenly having to throw an engine into hard reverse and you initially had forward momentum, you might notice that the stern of the boat reacts to the prop walk real hard until you can slow the boat enough to have water running over the rudder astern. If you found this video enjoyable at all, please tell 10 of your friends, subscribe to it, like it, yell at internet people for me because I'm tired of doing it. Thanks.